Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for Fox 10 News at 9. I'm Bob Grip.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith. I'll get you caught up on the forecast in just a few minutes, but first we're bringing you live team coverage.
I want to thank everyone for looking in. We are live in Baldwin County along Fish River, where we have seen, I tell you what, just some historic flooding. It's been a rough couple of hours, pretty crazy around here the last day, and tonight we certainly have a lot to tell you about.
That's why we're bringing you live team coverage from all over the Gulf Coast. Michael Brannon joins us in West Mobile. Candace Murphy is hard hit in Pensacola.
But first, Bob, we want to take a look at some of the numbers. It's pretty impressive when you get right down to it. They really tell the story tonight. Just incredible rainfall totals over the last 2 days. Some 20 inches in Silver Hill. That led to Fish River reaching a record level. We'll have much more on that in just a minute. But first, I want you to check out Foley and Orange Beach. Both cities getting more than 18 inches of rain. Pensacola got hammered too, setting an all-time record with more than 15 inches. And Daphne, well, it was right at 13 inches, and Mobile actually got the best of it, if you can humor me for a little bit, with just 11 inches. Of course, we were saturated across our viewing area, and now we're here on Fish River, where the river really rose rather quickly. It's kind of dark out right now, but I can tell you it is still pretty high. It was about, what, 20 inches? I mean, come on, are you kidding me? This is normally never that high. Residents say it was really quite the sight to see. It was all that rain that caused the river behind me to reach those record high levels of more than 23 feet. And that's slightly higher than what happened during Hurricane Danny. The rainfall we saw in 1997. Got some people out late for a drive out tonight. I want to take you out to a tour that we went on the river earlier today. Some boat owners were gracious to take us out there to get an up-close look at some of the debris in the water. You had floating propane tanks, garbage cans, 10,000-pound boats floating on their sides. And most of the people I talked to today, they were either out trying to save their boats or salvage the belongings that they had inside their homes. Many of them had no power. Getting back to Hurricane Danny, I talked to Scott Thompson. He and his wife were here when that storm hit, and he said this is much worse.
You know, this is amazing. And our father's boathouse is directly across the river, and the pylons are usually 22 feet out of the water, and there's nothing but just the top of the eave of the roof that's sticking out, and the boat's trapped underneath it. So I mean, it's just the amount of water is just crazy.
Yeah, crazy indeed. And just a recap for you behind me, you can actually start to see the parking lot. When we were here during our 5 o'clock hour, well, it was flooded with water. So that is some encouraging news, lets you know that things are getting better. But people to the east here over in Pensacola, well, they certainly had a lot to deal with tonight. We do have team coverage. Fox News reporter Candace Murphy is covering that area.